Hello! Is anyone out there? Hello everyone. Welcome to our kitchen party. We are so glad, well I'm so glad that you guys are here today. I know you guys have a lot of questions, where's Abuela and things like that, but know that Abuela is at home and she is chilling, relaxing, taking advantage of the time, but know that she's very active and she's trying to get out, but we're like, don't get out. So know that she's protected and well taken care of. So thank you so much. I see all kinds of, let's see, who's on here? Ana's Creations, Isa, La Cocina, I couldn't get that, La Piña en la Cocina. So we have a handful of amazing food bloggers, YouTubers, authors, Emmy award-winning bloggers that are going to be coming on here live for all of you, and they're going to be sharing tips and hints on how to survive what we're going through. So we're gonna try not to mention the obvious because we all know what is going on. So we want to take our mind off of all that. That's why we have called you guys here today to party with us en la cocina. I have my decor in the back. I try to put a little decor because it is a party, all right? Secret Eyes, I see you. So we're gonna start off right away so you guys can just sit back, grab some chips or whatever. I know we've all been eating a lot, right? So, but we're still gonna show you hints and tricks and, you know, just talk a little bit about, you know, who we are, what we do, what we love to do and what we love to share. So we have coming on here, La Piña en la Cocina, Sonia, we have Sweet Baked Life, Vianney. If you guys don't follow them, make sure that you follow them. Once they come on, I'll write their names so that you can make sure and go back and give them a follow. We have Muy Bueno Cooking, Yvette, we have Maggie, Mama Maggie's Kitchen, and of course myself. You can follow me on Mas Masa if you guys don't already know. So today I'm going to give you 3 pointers and we're going to start off right away. I'm going to show you how to make a salsa de molcajete. Now I know there are a few items that aren't available, but if you have them available, this is a great way for you guys to enjoy a family gathering. You know, we're all in the same room together for the most part, unless you get tired of the kids and you send them to the room. But if, you know, you're hanging out, you can have some nice good chips and salsa. I'm going to show you some tricks real quick. So I've already went ahead and roasted. I'm going to show you, see if we could get up close. I roasted 3 tomatillos, 1 regular tomato. Now I don't have fresh chiles, which I usually like to use fresh chile serranos, but I used chile guajillo, so I have 2 chile guajillos, and I have, I don't know if you can see them, but I have about 4 japoneses. So I have 4 japoneses in there as well. I roasted some onion, little piece of onion. I roasted a garlic clove. So if you want to make it easy on yourself, you can go ahead and throw all this in a blender and just blend the heck out of it and you have yourself a quick salsa. And it turns out like this if you've done it in the blender. So this is what we usually see when we go to restaurants, something like this. Now you can use any chile that you have. Don't feel obligated to use the chiles that I've used. Now during this time we want to be resourceful and use whatever we have to make sure that, you know, we give the opportunity of those that can get to things to be able to have them. So I use the chiles that I have. I normally use serrano, but I'm using what I have in the kitchen right now. So those are the chiles that I have. Like I said, you can blend it all. I also added cilantro and I also added salt and lemon. Okay, so for the molcajete, you want to start off with some salt on your molcajete, and show of hands, who has a molcajete at home? Anybody? A ver, ¿quién tiene? Ándale, Zuli, ¿tienes molcajete or you're just saying hi? All right, so I'm going to start off with, let me dry my thing real quick. I'm back. Okay, I had a little water in here, but okay, so I'm gonna start off with the salt. I have some salt right here. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so this is what's gonna help me to like really get into the chiles and grind them really well. So I'm gonna put some on my molcajete like this. I'm gonna start off with my chiles because they are the hardest. Like I said, usually, oh, yours broke. I'm so sorry. Claro que tienes. You have two, I have two as well. Okay, so I'm gonna take my chile, and these are the easier ones to like grind. The other ones are a little harder, so you know, that's why it's usually easier to use fresh chiles because they're easier to grind, okay? But for the most part, I remember my mom used to tell me that when she was growing up, all they had was tortillas and a chile, a few chiles, and that was their lunch or dinner. So I imagine you can get into it if you really try. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna use the salt to make sure I'm able to grind my chiles. I added some there. Now, that's the whole thing in putting your hands into what you're working with and, you know, like emitting all that love that you have for your family. So I like to do this. Yes, I can throw it in the blender, and for the most part, I do throw it in the blender. But, you know, sometimes you want that chunky salsa, and so this is when you do the molcajete. And obviously back then, they didn't have blenders like we do now, so that's the whole thing. All right. Bear with me, bear with me. La Piña en la Cocina sent a request. Thank you. She's up next, so don't go anywhere. All right. Now that so I'm going to keep grinding this. Like the molcajetes that they have nowadays, I will say hi to Abuela. They're not as like, okay, I have two. Look at this one. Look how, like, it looks like straight piece of like volcanic rock, right? This is like legit OG. This one is pretty legit as well. It's a little bigger. Has some cracks and stuff because it was given to me and it's super used. Like, I love the fact that it's used. So don't be afraid to get a used one. You know, so, but I mean, I'm sure the other ones, I'm not too sure, and you can ask the experts. But the molcajetes that they have nowadays, I'm not too sure how they do or how well they work. Hi ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Let's see, moving along here, moving along. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna eliminate this just for the time's sake. I don't know, you know. So for now, I'm gonna add some of my cebolla. That's gonna be easy to grind because obviously, you know, it's soft. Now, I don't know how you like your onion in your salsa, but you don't have to do this part. Like, I like to grind it because I like the flavor mixed in my salsa, but you can actually chop it up after you've done all the grinding and, you know, add your chunks of fresh salsa that you have not roasted. So I have that. I'm adding my garlic as well. Now, I've roasted every single item in this, okay? Hi, Isa, Arlene. I'm adding one at a time just so I don't make a huge mess right here in front of you and act all animalistic, but it's going smooth here. So I'm gonna add another one. Man, it's looking good. Are you guys enjoying this? You want the salsa? Hola, Arlene, Maggie, I see you. Can't wait to see what you got, Maggie. I'm super excited to see the other ladies, aren't you guys? Can't wait. Okay, I'm gonna add my tomate. I'm gonna push that in there. So the more, obviously, the more you put you know, your little hand strength in there, the, you know, the more smooth your salsa comes out. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a spoon, and I am going to, well, you can use this to mix it and stuff like that, but it's totally up to you. Like, I like to make things hard on myself. Hi, Celeste. Hi. Hi, guys. All right, how's it looking, guys? Thumbs up or little hearts if you see like this is coming out delicious. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of the lime. Now if your salsa comes out really, really spicy, you can't hang, like I'm a coyona, so like I can't handle it that spicy or my mouth burns. So this is going to kind of water it down a little and also adding water. So, ooh, I wish you guys could smell that. Oh, let me send some smelly vibes. All right, so I added salt already, and I think, well, no, I'm gonna add one more thing. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna add some fresh cilantro. This cilantro, I got it from my dad's garden. Now, I wanted to give you a good little hint. If you get cilantro from the store, or if you get it from your local produce place, you know, what I've done to keep it fresh and to keep it alive longer is I've placed it in a jar with some water. So this has been, I don't know, with me for about 2 weeks now, and it still looks cute. Yeah, you know, there's some pieces that are dying, obviously, but for the most part, it's still looking fresh and green and delicious, and the smell is amazing. So I'm just gonna cut a few leaves off of my cilantro, and this is already pre-washed. I washed it already twice. Once when I got it, again when I put it in here, and then a third time, I don't even know if that's good for it, but right before I came on here. So I'm gonna just do this with my hand. I mean, you know, let's just do whatever feels comfortable to you. There's no real rules. All right, so I'm gonna add that in there, give it a little whisk. All right, I like the flavor to all mesh together, so I am going to do this again to get that cilantro mixed in there. All right, so here's the other little trick I wanted to give you guys. Okay, so say you have tortillas. Here's my little batch of tortillas. This is all I have right now. So, and they're starting to get a little old, a little hard. So what I went ahead and did is I saved half for, you know, whatever, and then the other for today and tomorrow, and then I also made some chips. So once your tortillas start feeling a little like, you know, they're almost done, I recommend you cutting them up, making your own homemade chips if you can. And now you have salsa, you have chips, and you're able to save your cilantro a little longer than normal if you added in water. So there you have it. Let me give you an up close encounter of this deliciousness. ¿Quién quiere? Who wants to dip in here? And so, you know, I don't even have to taste it anymore. I kind of know how much salt to put I make this so much. Like I always use 3 tomatillos, un tomate. So the more you get into the habit of making things and, you know, putting your hands into it all, the more it's going to become natural to you. So don't be afraid to get into the kitchen. I know a lot of you guys are maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys are at home a lot more and you have to cook a lot more. So maybe this is a good way for you guys to start incorporating some ideas. This is a time to really experiment in the kitchen, like make hot dogs with regular sandwich bread, you know, like back in the day. So it's just about getting back to basics. There's nothing wrong with experimenting, and I encourage you to experiment. All right, let me have another hint. Make coffee if you have one of these. Get into the practice of making it on here. You don't make too much. If you run out of milk, you have lechera, you have carnation milk, you know, so you can use any of those things to make sure that, you know, you don't overbuy or you don't overuse. So I love using this, and, you know, maybe something for you guys to try. So that's all I have for you guys today. And now for our next guest. If you enjoyed this, give us a thumbs up. Make sure, you know, you do all the sharing and all those things just to make sure we continue moving along. All right, so I'm gonna call up Sonia. Sonia is from La Piña en la Cocina, and she, well, I'll let her tell you about herself. Give me a second. Let's see, Sonia, are you there? Here we go. Then. All right. Hi, Roomba Meats, Mama Maggie, Jonathan. Let's see. Hi, there she is.
Everybody. Welcome to New York.
Yay! We're in New York.
I've got my scarf and everything going here today, but I'm so glad to be here with you guys today. we've been busy in the kitchen.
That's for sure.
Busy, and using all our pantry items and making the best meals. You know, that's the best time to learn. But I want to share with you guys today my quick intro into food blogging was because I had an arm injury and a back injury, and I had to stay home. Had retail job for 20 years. Discovered the computer, discovered food blogging, and here I am, like 10 years later. La piña la cocina. But my great tip that I want to share with you guys is that you can freeze a lot of your food items to use for later to preserve. My biggest discovery, avocados. Freezing avocados, and there's two ways that you can freeze them. If you have a vacuum sealer, you can freeze them like this, or you can simply take the whole avocado, place it in the freezer without wrapping anything, and freeze it like that. And you just let it defrost for a few minutes before you cut it open. Of course, I had this one out so it would be ready for me, but what I want to share with you guys today is a super quick avocado salsa using my freezer avocado. So I have all my ingredients here ready, and I'll give you some tips about other things that can be frozen once I'm done with this. So here's the avocado. And you know, when you freeze stuff, everybody's like, is it going to change the flavor? What's going to happen? You know, it always is going to be slightly different than fresh because it just is. But compared to having to throw the avocados away, this is the better choice, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm doing one avocado. I have some fresh jalapeno. You can also use jalapenos that were frozen. These were frozen, roasted and frozen, and they work great. A little piece of onion, some cilantro. I have some fresh lime juice. That's another thing that can be frozen. Lemons and limes can be frozen whole. Some water and some salt. And you can adjust this. This is the same type of salsa you can prepare with tomatillos, but a lot of the times I can't find tomatillos, believe it or not. And so I discovered that you can just do this with avocados. It's going to get a little loud for a second. And that's it. That's your avocado salsa. Super fast. And I've actually taken this salsa sometimes and I freeze it also because there's only two of us here. And sometimes, you know, when you want to enjoy it fresh, you're not going to be able to keep it in the refrigerator long enough because, you know, it starts to turn brown and all that stuff. But this is easy avocado salsa. Other things you can freeze. Cheese. Oaxaca cheese. I literally freeze this cheese for a whole year and take it out. It's still beautiful, creamy, stringy, everything. Let me grab some other things.
Sonia, how long does it take to defrost cheese?
Well, like this ball of cheese could take a few hours because it's a ball of cheese. Yeah. But typically when I buy queso fresco, I actually slice it and then lay it in a freezer bag and lay it flat in the freezer. Other things I freeze. Pineapple filling that I make. This freezes forever. Like I said, if you have a vacuum sealer, this works great. If not, freezer bags, you lay them flat. You know, this is beans for tamales. So I keep everything in the freezer. But the biggest thing that people are asking me about is produce because they want to buy produce. Yeah. You can freeze produce fresh. You can dice it or you can add it there whole. Either way, because you're going to use it to prepare soups and cook it down. So nothing's going to happen to it in the freezer. But avocados.
How long can avocados be frozen?
And this little knife everybody was asking me is specifically made for avocados. It's a microplane from William and Sonoma. Flat on one side, this is the blade side. This side has like a little scoop for avocados. This side takes out the pit.
I need that.
You need that.
Sonia, anyway. So how long can you freeze an avocado?
I would only freeze it for maybe a month. I mean, you don't want to keep stuff in there forever.
Yeah.
You know, well, the cheese, it does last forever, so I don't worry about the cheese. But you could even the queso fresco. Sometimes I crumble it ahead of time and lay it flat, the same thing, and then I could just break off little pieces of what I need. You know, so it's easy. And someone surprised me yesterday. They said they didn't know they could freeze soup. I'm like, what?
You know, that's the one thing that I noticed that you do a lot. And I'm like, man, she always eats good. You freeze a lot of your items.
I freeze my menudo because my husband doesn't eat menudo. So when I make a big pot, I need it to last for a long time. So I freeze it in 2-cup portions. And then I just take it out and I can have menudo whenever I want. But
man, so you're the expert.
I'm the expert in freezing because I live in New York. Look at behind me, all the spices and stuff.
I'm gonna come live with you.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm looking forward to everybody else's tips because, you know, I learn every day just like everybody else. So anybody that has good tips, send them my way. Thank you, Sylvia.
Thanks, Sonia. And once you log off, once you get out, can you type your name on the description? Mm-hmm. That way everybody can go back and follow you.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Thank you, Sonia. Give Sonia tons of hearts, please. She did such an amazing job and great information. Thank you, Sonia. Bye. Thank you. All right, guys. Make sure that you follow La Piña en la Cocina. La Piña en la Cocina. And I'm sure she's going to go back and write down her information. If you follow her story, she always shows us how she brings stuff out of her freezer and then, you know, just cooks up tamales like on the spot. So she's a great food blogger to follow. Okay, so who do we have next? We have Sweet Life Bake coming up. So let's just bring her on. Are you there? Let's see if she's there. Let's see. Vianney. Estás, chica, estás? All right, guys, we're gonna like kick off the party right when she gets in here because she's got a recipe for you. I mean, everybody does, but you know what I'm saying? Like, wait till you see it. All right, so are you there? Let's see. Let me look on here. I don't see her. Should we go on to the next and wait for her? Or let's see. Is she on there? Sweet Life Bake. Are you on? Request so I can put you on. What are we making? We're all making different items. You can go back if you've just tuned in. We're just sharing tidbits on how to have fun in the kitchen, do some creative stuff. And you can always go back from the beginning after we're done with the live and watch it all over again. It's going to stay on for 24 hours. Okay, chica, ¿estás? Or should we go on to Yvette? Let's see, Yvette. ¿Quién está? A ver. Let's figure this out. Okay, Vianney, you have to request to be on the live first. Thank you, Petals.r. You're making me nervous. All right, there we go. Okay, let's get her on here. Let's see. Who do we have here? Okay, we're waiting for her. She's coming on. It says it's waiting for her. Hang in there, guys. In the meantime, confetti for the party. No. Los Dodger fans, hi. Crystal Juan. Okay, it says it's waiting. Let's wait a little, just a little bit more. If not, we're gonna go back. Ready to party? Woo! Thank you. Isa. Okay, so we're going to cancel out, and then we're going to see if Yvette is ready. Are you ready, Yvette? Let's bring her on. Okay, let's see. Mi Cocina Rápida, Karen. She's ready to party. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, weird. I'm on.
Hey! Yay!
I was expecting Vianney, and then I see myself. It's like, how did that happen?
Yeah, I was waiting for her to like log it on, but you know, next runner-up is you.
Yay! Thanks for having me. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You look gorgeous.
Hello. I was like, I did my unibrow. You know, at least I plucked that. I put on a little bit of concealer, but that's as fancy as I got.
That's cool. That's so cool.
So, but thank you for having me. And these are some great tips. I think everybody's kind of stressing out during these times. I'm a mom of two, and I think that's the hard part, is trying to figure out how I'm going to still do my full-time deal, having kids home, having my husband work from home. Yeah. And I'm feeling the stress, but I'm trying to keep it cool. I appreciate everybody who's giving tips. Sonia had some great tips about, I never knew you could freeze an avocado. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I have 2 avocado trees and I give them away,
wow.
but I still have like a big batch, and I'm like, I can only eat avocado for so long, you know?
Wow. Well,
but I can survive on it.
Yeah, no doubt. I wish I had an avocado tree. Meanwhile, we had a blizzard yesterday here in Colorado. So we had 12 inches of snow, first day of spring. So
oh my God.
I am so jealous of your avocado tree. But I made, let's see if I can show you this. It's a Mexican banana bread. So me and my son made this earlier today, and I wish I could show you the steps on how to make it, but it is a little time consuming because you have your, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are overbuying produce right now.
Yeah.
And that is my big thing, is I don't want any food waste. And that's kind of what making me sad. My daughter works at a restaurant and they're just doing takeout, you know, service. And she said they had 4 customers yesterday to come and pick up their food. And I was like, what did you do with all the leftover food? They're like, we just had to throw it away. So I can't even imagine the restaurants that are really struggling right now. But I think that we need to be super, super thankful for the produce that's in the stores, because I feel like there's no shortage of that. Besides potatoes, I think those are hard to find. But bananas and, you know, strawberries and avocados and things like that. So we really got to thank our farmers during this time, and just use what we have and don't be wasteful. And so with this, it's a banana bread. So I already had it cooled, but it's so good because it's made with Mexican chocolate. So what I did is I grated the Mexican chocolate. You could see some of my Insta stories earlier that I shared. My son had helped me. So you just grate it with a cheese grater, and you use that with a little bit of cocoa powder, bananas, and sour cream. And so it makes it super rich, super moist. And if you don't have sour cream, because I know some of these ingredients are hard to find, you can also use a little bit of applesauce in place. So just think about things that are going to make it nice and rich. And we also added walnuts. So, oh my gosh, I wish you could smell it because it smells so good. But can you see how yummy it is? It's 1:30 over here. I'm still drinking my coffee, and I'm still like, I just finished eating breakfast. So that's what's funny, is I work from home all the time, but it's throwing me totally off with, you know, the kids being home and being a little extra lazy, pressing that snooze button. But I think it's okay. I think it's going to take us a while to figure out this new routine for a while. But yeah, this banana bread is on my blog. So it's muybuenocookbook.com. And don't let those bananas go to waste, you guys. Yeah. This is so good. And then I just wanted to share some other staples that I always have in my pantry. And, you know, hopefully some of you all can find some of these ingredients still online. I know Sonia was sharing some of her grocery adventures, and she was buying all of these canned beans. I was like, those aren't available where I live. And we don't have a lot of Latinos in our community, but people are buying up these dried goods like crazy.
Well, we have a ton of Latinos in my community, so you can't find them.
Right. Well, I mean, but that we don't hear, and we still can't find it. So, you know, luckily I always have my pantry stocked up with these staples. So dried beans, canned beans, I use canned tomatoes all the time. I mean, if we can't find the fresh tomatoes, we always have canned tomatoes. So whole tomatoes. I also buy a lot of like fire roasted diced tomatoes, which are great for just crock pot recipes or Instapot recipes. fideo. I have, sopa de fideo on my blog, which probably all of us have a version of sopa de fideo. And if you don't have fideo, you guys just break up spaghetti or angel hair pasta and still follow these recipes. If you don't have fresh tomatoes, use canned tomatoes. So there's so many options. I used to work with Mahatma rice, so I am so thankful that I have like a pantry full of this rice. So, I mean, you can make anything from arroz con leche to Mexican rice to horchata. So, I mean, there's so many things that you can make with rice. So there's so many great things with just simple pantry staples that, I'm so thankful that we have. And I think as Mexicanas, like we're trained for this. All we need is our beans and rice, and we can survive. And it's not a joke. These are the times where we go back to the basics, like you were saying, and those are the comforting foods that we all need right now. So, definitely. And it's speaking of basics, you start to appreciate all the silly things that we take for granted. Like one of this. I mean, this is kind of sounds so embarrassing, but we have a cleaning lady who comes every 2 weeks, and I canceled with her. I don't want, I don't know what other houses she's cleaned, and I don't want her family to get sick by, God forbid anything. You never know. So, teaching my kids how to clean the damn bathroom, like they know how to pick up, they know how to, wash dishes, do laundry. But I mean, just a simple thing of like, you need to learn how to really clean a bathroom and change your own sheets. So that's, it's back to the basics and back to appreciating what we have regularly. And I think it's definitely going to bring us together in the end. Right now, it's really challenging because my daughter's a senior in high school. And this is where I'm going to get crazy emotional because, I feel bad for her, and we just pray that it's all going to get better. And and for everybody out there who's watching who has a senior, just be understanding and know that things will improve. But I'm so happy for you organizing this because, Vianney and I talk a lot offline, and it's nice to have somebody to talk to during these times. And I'm so thankful for you for, reminding us that it's okay to celebrate and still have fun together. So, definitely.
And you know what, my prayers for your family, your daughter, I know it's a difficult time, but we have to it's in our blood to just keep moving forward and to
this is my son.
I want to grab
you
piece.
Can have it.
So stay encouraged, stay positive, and we're going to get through this, and we can celebrate once again in the near future. So, who says there has to be rules in the way we celebrate? You know what I mean? Create your own celebration and celebrate after this is all over, and throw a big pachanga like you never have before. So, just be encouraged and motivated that things will get better, and, you'll be able to celebrate sometime soon.
For sure. So thank you for hosting this, and I look forward to hearing everybody else's tips.
Yes. Thank you, Yvette. We appreciate you so much. Make sure that you write down your handle on your way before you leave, or, But I appreciate you, and I'm salivating because you're eating in front of me. But
oh my God,
we'll hold it against you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
All right, guys. So that was Yvette, and her handle is Muy Bueno Cooking. So make sure that you go when you leave, that you follow her if you don't already. She is an author. She has a couple of cookbooks, I believe, and she also created this really cute and beautiful video for Dia de los Muertos, which won some good stuff. So there she is right there, Muy Bueno Cooking. All right, let's see who we have next on the list. You guys enjoying this? What are you guys doing? Tell me what you're doing. Okay, we're going to try Vianney one more time. Well, a lot more time till she comes in. Let's see if you're there. Yay!
Finally, I was like, request. Like, why are you denying me? Oh my God.
How you doing?
Good. Hello, everybody from Texas.
I love your shirt.
I know. One of my
I
friends
almost
sent it
wore
to me.
mine too, but I was like, I'll wait.
So how
So
are
tell
you?
us.
How is everybody doing? I feel like it's very and easy right now, but I feel like little things like this really lift people and show people that, as a community, we're coming together to spread joy and, and cook our favorite foods. And to me, food has always been comfort. So I think these little gatherings of cocineras, really lift the spirits.
Definitely. So tell us a little bit about your blog and your YouTube channel.
Okay, I started my blog out of I needed some kind of creative outlet because I'm in a little different situation. I homeschool my kids since pre-K. So I've kind of we already have this little rhythm of being at home and school and stuff like that. So when they were like I think Angelica was like in, gosh, 5th grade, I was like, I needed something to do besides school, cook, dish, the family life, the dailies. So I started cooking and I was already reading food blogs. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to put something out and that's what Sweet Life Bake is for. I was going to teach myself to bake and I was going to make all these breads. No, but I still don't know how to bake. I do like tres leches and cupcakes and stuff like that. So I started sharing the recipes of my childhood, my frijoles. If anybody follows me on Instagram, I love my frijoles, mis caldos, fideos. So I started sharing that and I would share the stories of my grandmother and my mother and my daughter. So it really turned into a passion and I got really excited. And the more I started sharing, I thought, you know what, now they need a cocktail and they need a margarita and they need, so I started sharing all these things and it evolved into this amazing job. So I love it. I love it. And I find that, and I love that there's a space for all of us because I talk to you and I talk to Yvette and I talk to Bina, Maggie all the time. So I love that we can all come together and share.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It could be a beautiful community. And I'm so glad that we're able to get together and just hang out with each other, and feed each other across the internet,
Yes.
and share.
Yes, like Yvette was saying that she had, like Pina could find beans, Yvette couldn't. Like I had beans, but right now, like we can't find milk and we can't find eggs and stuff like that. So I've been doing a lot of the rice, making horchata. I've also been doing a lot of the oat milk, where you soak the oatmeal, because I have a lot of oatmeal. My husband loves oatmeal, so I have a lot of oatmeal. So I've been soaking that with water and it turns into like an oat milk. And I use it for, for a coffee and stuff like that. But
have you shared that on your stories or anywhere?
I haven't. I'm going to share it soon. I've been sharing little, because I'm trying to use, what I'm doing too is also like all my veggies, I'm using those before they go, like I'm doing everything, like using the little bits and pieces. Or like, the last night I had like 2 avocados and a grapefruit that was kind of wonky. And I was like, you know what, we're going to make guacamole. And I had some kale that was kind of going bad. So put that in the oven. And that's what I wanted to share today. I host a lot of brunches and I host a lot of things because I like to feed people and I like to have people around and I like to make cocktails. So I buy a lot of these little jams and jellies all the time. And then, in Christmas, I get them as gifts. And I got this one from Spain. I had a friend send me this one. So I've had a bunch of these in my pantry. And I thought, right now we're in our second week of being in our homes and stuff like that. But sooner or later, we're going to want a cocktail. We're going to want something, to still have that. Like, I've seen a lot of people doing the virtual happy hours, which is really cute. They get together and they make cocktails and they chat. So you're still having that little happy hour with your friends, but you're safe and you're at home, So that's what I want to share today. Also, this is so easy, and you're all stuff from the pantry. I use fresh lime juice. You can use any juice. You can use oranges. You can use grapefruit. Like Bina said, you can also freeze juices. Like if you're, like I have a bunch of, here in Texas, they sell the citrus and the grapefruit bags, like by 10-pound bags. So I always have a lot of citrus. But when I see that it's starting to go, I put it in the little ice cube trays and I freeze it. So I always have fresh fruit juice for marinades, for sautés, for glazes. This is also really good to thin out with some water and some lemon juice and some soy sauce to make fajitas or to make stir fries. So this is so easy.
You guys are making me hungry.
I know we started with salsa, then we had avocado salsa, muy bueno came in with the dessert, and now I'm coming in with the cocktail. So we're gonna do is we're gonna get jelly, jam, anything you have, any flavor. This is your creation, what you have in your pantry. You're gonna put it in your cocktail shaker. I have the cocktail shaker here filled with ice. I'm gonna do 2 scoops because we're gonna make 2 margaritas, one for you and one for me.
Gracias.
I'm going to add fresh lemon juice, a little bit of orange liqueur. If you don't have it, you can use a splash of orange juice. You can use some simple syrup. We're going to add some tequila blanco.
You're a regular old bartender there.
Girl, I'm telling you.
I actually have your book while you do that. Hold on.
So I've added everything in here. This has got ice, and I'm going to shake it. So you see, it was just the jam, the lime juice, the simple syrup, or the orange liqueur, and the tequila blanco. Oh, my book, Latin twist.
So
That's mine and Yvette's book.
If you guys don't know, between her and Yvette wrote this. They wrote this book right here. If you guys want to check it out, order it. There you go, guys.
Okay, so then I've shaken it. So the jam is going to infuse with the tequila, and the lime juice is going to perk it up a little bit. And then you're going to have this amazing margarita. I'm calling them my Pantry Margaritas. And there you go.
Wow. What's on what did you put around it?
Oh, I did salt. I ran a lime through it, and I did salt. You can do salt, you can do sugar, whatever you have. I have a lot of different salts in my pantry. So this is pink salt. You can do pink salt. You can do a little bit of sugar and a little bit of salt, or you can do a little bit of sugar and a little bit of pepper if you're going to do the grapefruit, which adds such a little, hint of spice to that grapefruit juice. But super easy, super simple. And it's not, who knows how long we're going to be like this. So I feel like we should keep some, we need to, breathe. We need to be grateful for what we have.
Yeah.
We need to, stay safe, and so others will be safe. We want to give our healthcare providers the opportunity to care for those who are really in need. And yes, and to breathe and let this flatten the curve. That's what we want. Because if we hunker down for a couple of weeks, we can go out again and do what we want to do. So so I feel like if we get together, call a couple of girlfriends, make a few margaritas at the end of the week, and think about it. We're at home now. We're homeschooling our kids. We're cooking from home. On Friday night, we watch a movie, we drink a margarita, and we just have a little bit of release time. So
yeah, that's awesome. That was really good.
Thank you.
Give us some hearts so we know. There you go. If you're enjoying this and you're getting something out of it, show us with some little hearts. But that was so good. I love all of those tidbits because we do. I even found this myself, like with the sopita, the macaroni and spaghetti. I make it all the time, and we always have like that little batch that's always left over. We're like, we're gonna use it. And we throw it in the cupboard, and I had like a small little stash of fideos, different types. So what I did is I batched them all in one bag.
Smart.
That way,
Smart.
Even if it's different kinds, I know I can pull them out and use them, as I wish.
And like over here, we can't. We're very low on rice. We're very low on sopitas. It's Texas. We all love sopitas. It's very popular. Like Yvette said, break up that spaghetti. Use it as fideo. You can use the egg noodles. When I went to the store a few days ago, there was only lasagna noodles.
Yeah.
I grabbed a few because if, next week, if I want some, I'm going to break up those little lasagna noodles, fry them. And then if I always have the Knorr bouillon on hand to make, and if I run out of chicken broth and stuff like that. And like Vianney said, you freeze tomatoes. I had a bunch of onions. I sliced them, froze them, and then, you know, next week, if I need some, I can pull some out just to give it that little sabor, you know, that little caldito that's comforting. So
I love the hint that she gave also to flatten things out, because, you know, your fridge can get compacted with everything that we're, you know, going to be putting in there. So yeah, flatten out your bag, you know, and it's going in the same place. So
yes, it is. And I mean, and another thing too, keep dinner at the table alive. I want people to really, you know, stay together at the table, come together as a family. Your kids are nervous, you know. I have a younger teenager. I have a college graduate who her classes got suspended, so she will not be graduating from the Culinary Institute of America. They pushed everything back. So right now I'm trying to really keep everybody together, you know, keep everybody positive. So we come together at dinner. We've been cooking together. This is a great chance to teach your children how to cook also. But stay together at the dinner table, you know, talk through your feelings, reassure them, be there for them, and play games, you know. So I'm sending everybody amor here from Texas. Ojalá, you know, se acaba todo esto bien pronto. Pero les mando amor, abrazos, and thank you so much for putting this together. It was so much fun.
Thank you so much for all your you know, the information and all that. It was great. I mean, it was very enjoyable, and I got so much out of it. And I appreciate the fact that you said about gathering the family, man. It's time to, I mean, we have each other. These are the people that are with us. Let's get to know them all over again, and, you know, just bring them in.
And enjoy them. Really enjoy them. This could be a really great time to really reconnect with our children and our husband. And don't stop those date nights. We're quarantined. My anniversary is coming up. You better believe I'm busting out the candles, putting on a little sexy dress, making a meal for my man to enjoy our anniversary.
So I see it.
So keep the family together, enjoy your time together, and really take this time to connect and, you know, give the healthcare workers the time they need to do. So te mando besos. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. And we'll talk soon.
Bye.
Bye. Make sure you leave your handle on the bottom.
I will.
Okay. Bye. Okay, guys. So that was Sweet Bake Life, or Life Bake? A Sweet Bake Life. She'll leave her handle down below. But I think we only have a certain amount of time on the live. So if it cuts off, make sure you come back. We have another amazing food blogger coming up. So if you're enjoying this, make sure that you, you know, give us a little thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to all the food bloggers that are on. Maggie is there. Maggie, ¿dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? A ver. There she is. A ver, ¿dónde está Mama Maggie? Connecting.
Is it coming in? I'm here! Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. Let's bring this down just a little bit so you can see what I'm making.
Okay.
Yeah, bring it down. Ahí está. No, ahora súbele. Sorry, I got a cameraman today. ¿Cómo estás? How are you?
Bien, how are you?
I'm good. So oh my gosh. I want to try your molcajete salsa. Oh man, and that banana bread looked amazing. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your blog, Maggie.
Okay, so Mom Maggie's Kitchen, it's almost 10 years old this year. I'm very proud of my blog because it's been, you know, the ups and the downs and the roller coaster rides, but you know what? I'm here. I made it. So, yeah, so 10 years at the end of this year, and it's Mexican food. My passion, my love, when I nerd out, it's all about authentic Mexican food. I love the history of it, where it came from, who made it, how did it come about. I love doing that. So I go to old cookbooks and stuff. That's what I do.
That's awesome. So what do you have for us today, Maggie?
Okay, so I'm making a salpicón, the atún, because, you know, we're all going to be in this, right, for a while. And I wanted to do something just con latas, you know, just all tuna. And I live by the border, and they closed the Mexican border. They're closing it today.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, which makes me sad because I, like, you know, I tengo un pie en Mexico, right? So I go back and forth, and, you know, I'm stuck here now.
Yeah.
I'm staying. I'm like, where are my tacos? Okay. I guess I'll make them, right? I'll make them. But so a lot of my products are Mexican, because if I can bring it over here, you betcha I'm going to bring it. But this is tuna. Okay, so I've got salpicón. You guys can't really see it here. You know what? Let me get it here. No, tampoco.
Maggie, why don't you tell us where you live?
Sorry. I'm in San Diego. I'm right by the border. So it's maybe about 20 minutes away. Is Tijuana, Baja California. And, you know, I'm lucky enough to be able to go back and forth and see and live and do things over there.
I'm jelly.
Oh, yeah. It's the best of both worlds. It really is. Yeah, and it's sad because, you know, everything here, what we see is one thing, right? And over there, they have other things going on too, and they don't have the resources that we do. So these are chicharos y zanahorias, which is peas and carrots. Okay, so I got my atún down, and I've got now my peas and carrots. And
Norma says she'll eat tacos for you.
Oh, no, mándamelos. Here's a second can. Yeah, and, you know, we are still in Lent, you know? It's the funny thing. And, you know, I was telling my mom, because my mom's super religious. And she's like, oh, you know, we have to do Fish Fridays. And I'm like, I got this thing that I got to do. I'm like, salpicón. All right, so the other thing I'm adding are fresh tomatoes. Now, I know, we're not going to have tomatoes very much longer, right? Or hopefully we will, because I love my tomatoes. Love tomatoes. So I'm only going to put some of these in here. And you can always use a can, you know, a can of canned diced tomatoes too. And I've chopped up, oh wait, guys, let me show you this. These are pickled red onions, okay? So that's what this is. And over here, these are pickled jalapenos, all right? You guys see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
This all goes into the dish. Here, you guys see it? All right, we're not done because it needs a dressing. A salpicón, if you've never had a salpicón, it's basically a cold salad. You can do this with chicken, you can do this with beef, you can do this with chicken beef, tuna. Anyways, all right, so to make the vinaigrette, you're gonna need vinegar. And this is just white distilled vinegar. I love this stuff. I have like a whole, like this huge gallon that I buy.
Is that from TJ?
Oh yeah, girl, look. Vinagre blanco.
What?
I buy almost everything into as much as I can, but they no me dejan lo fresco, like, you know, the apples, bananas, you know, and the fruit is so fresh over there. Yeah. Oh, this is olive oil. So vinegar, olive oil.
It's the little things we're missing, huh?
I know, my tacos. No, the cheeses. Oh wait, you know what? Let's not talk about it. Because like my tacos, no.
I know. In my family, every time somebody went to Tijuana, they were like, "Y me traes esto y esto y esto," and you know, we'd have like stacks of tortillas, and you know, in the fridge. But you know, bueno, after today. Oh my God! Okay. This is my dog, guys. She's leaving. But continue, Maggie. Mama Maggie's kitchen.
All right, so this is oregano, okay? And last but not least, sal. This is from here. All right. Okay, so just whisk it up. You see how easy this is? And this is all pantry stuff. Oh, I just wrote a whole blog post. And I didn't even get everything. I think I need to chase that up and just add everything. Everything I have on the blog and just modify it because I know people can use it. And I modified them to be all pantry. All pantry, 100%
I saw
pantry.
the list that you made. You guys, if you don't know, if you don't follow her yet, Mama Maggie's Kitchen, make sure you do. She created this whole list of pantry recipes. I shared it as well here. But if you haven't checked it out, make sure you do.
Please. Aquí está la ensalada de salpicón. And right here, just dress this up. Oh yeah, it smells good. And then just mix. I mean, how easy was that, right? Easy, and it's yummy. And if you want, you can always adjust it, right? If you want more spice, you can add more jalapeno if you like. You can add other stuff in here. So if you have like, ¿cómo se llaman? Nopales, or if you have green beans, you can add green beans. You can add, oh yeah, there's like a ton of different, oh, pickles. Oh, olives, sorry. I'm all right. Sorry, my son's running away. Bye, thank you for your help. Yeah, okay, so here you go, done and ready, and it's perfect. And I'm gonna feed my family right now, because everyone's like, are you gonna feed us anytime soon? I'm like, yeah, of course.
Maggie, so give us ideas how to eat this for those of us that don't know.
Chips. You get some chips, you can put a tostada, and then you can put some refried beans on top, and then you just have your salpicón on top of that, and just, yeah, perfect. Wait, hold on.
Give us a close-up of that.
Oh yeah, hold on a second. Let me get closer, sorry. Here you go. A ver, ¿quién quiere?
Yo. Oh, you're mean.
That's good. That's really good. And that's lunch. That's lunch for everyone. Ooh, that's spicy too. I like it spicy. I like it spicy. All right, so that's it. Go check it out on the blog, Mama Maggie's Kitchen. Yeah, and we're deep in quarantine. I take care of my mother. She's in her 70s and, you know, ill, so I have her quarantined. You know, it's like, no se salga de aquí, aquí se queda.
Te voy a amarrar si te quieres salir.
I know, but yeah, so that's where we're at. I have my son, we're adapting, everyone's adapting to everything, you know. My husband and I are used to staying at home because we work from home, but now we have my son. Yeah. So it's like, what do we do with you?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I'm going through the same thing. My daughter, her university was canceled. So she's been here. She's been doing online classes here and there. My son out till May as of now. And so, yeah, he, you know, they're taking these online courses and I'm like, so when can I film, guys? You know, because they're here and, you know, it's a totally different vibe when you have your kids at home, you know, so, and they are my priority, but, you know, I mean, there's still stuff that needs to get done. So it's trying to find out that balance as we go, take it day by day. And, you know, right now I feel like the kids are doing a great job of like contributing and helping out the parents. I don't know if you're sensing that as well. But, you know, my kids are really in there trying to, like, you know, help out and make it happen. So, you know, it's about talking to them and being open and honest. And I'm sure they'll eventually understand.
Well, you know what I wanted to say, though, because I heard another mom say this, because, you know, I've joined all these groups and everything.
Yeah.
And this mom said something that I think people really need to hear. Be easy on yourself and also with the kids, because, you know, it's a really stressful time for everyone. I had a mom tell me that she's not going to be homeschooling anytime soon. You know, she's going to take it easy. They're going to find their routine and just enjoy each other for a little while and then go into the homeschooling, since that is where we have to go. Like, it shouldn't be so much of a pressure. It's like day one, boom, you have to start homeschooling. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So that was really comforting to hear, you know, especially since there's so much pressure already, and to add more pressure to everything that's going on. I was like,
yeah, I think you know what you can handle and what your kids can handle. And so, you know, some kids do need structure and, you know, some kids don't. And, you know, so you know more than anyone, your child, and, you know, you're able to gear them and help them and, you know, just function and be able to be carefree as much as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for having me. I
No,
really do
Maggie,
appreciate
thank you
this.
so
This-
much for coming on. This
Yeah,
is
and
so
thanks-
awesome.
Yeah, thank you for taking me away from the news, because I am that person who's like stuck on their phones on Twitter or on the news, and I'm just like, yeah, no.
I know. That's what this was all about, is taking a moment to step away from everything and just enjoy each other's company as we, share in the kitchen. So thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye, Maggie.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Guys, if you don't follow her, make sure you do. Mama Maggie's Kitchen, and I'm sure she's going to write it down there as soon as she can for all of you guys to follow her. Well, I guess that's it, guys. So thank you so much, all of you guys who spent the last hour with us. And we just, make sure you follow all these amazing women. They have so much knowledge to share with all of you guys. And they're super active on their platforms, whether it's their blog, their Instagram, their YouTube channel. So make sure you follow La Piña en la Cocina, Sweet Bake Life, Muy Bueno Cooking, and Mama Maggie's Kitchen. So if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to contact any of us. We're more than welcome to answer your questions if we can. Thank you so much for being part of this. And, we hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to love on each other and stay safe. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Now it's goodbye.